Call it, anyone signed up, see one line for 8 AM. Okay, that makes about 300 consecutive meetings now, that's not that many. All right, with that being said, before any undertaking, let's first invoke the blessing of the Almighty. Nobody here from the Borough Ministerial Alliance, right? Okay.
Heavenly Father, we come to you hat in hand today, Lord, and just thank you for the gifts and the blessings that you bestowed upon us. Lord, give us the wisdom and the courage to do the business of Hill County with you as our backdrop. Lord, thank you for the sacrifice of your son for our sins. We're forever indebted. We love you. In your name we pray. Amen.
If you follow the pledge of America, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I respect the flag. I pledge allegiance to the United one state under God, one indivisible. Thank you all for your this morning. Well, it seems like we don't have much crowd of people doing different things. We've got Mr. Philip Cantrell is running the curtains behind James, the Wizard of Oz today, so appreciate that. Chris, what's happening with release management today? We're gonna move things around.
Not much, just walking the weather and working on still working on here on sound. We're looking at next week, to hopefully finish that.
Okay.
So then next week we start doing that work. And we'll hopefully proceed, start grant underwriting, hopefully this week or next week. I haven't been hot week, but
I saw an email just yesterday afternoon, and said it got to May 24th, 2020 spend this, and I'm like, I think they understand this. People already got this.
it's already on.
So it's that was approximately $67,000 we applied for and got and reallocated grant funds from previous year grant cycle. And so that'll go towards this regular project, getting additional radios for Hill County employees, officers, and then spare parts. Always gonna have spare parts. John, what's happening this morning?
First week morning is quiet.
You said it out loud. Larry, Justin, what's happening in those precincts?
I should be done here probably in the next few days with light sirens and everything.
Good deal.
It's already been shot. As soon as he's done, I believe precinct 3 is gonna jump his in line that way. We're not behavior.
Good deal, good deal, glad to hear it. Anything from the treasurer's office?
Just accounts payables, so I haven't used this, these were still turning in into this whole process and stuff. We just encountered an issue with some vehicles for water department. It's taking 24 days for the mail to get that from time on the post office across the street. And then I need
4 days.
for the mail to get to us. So our deadlines are really big. According to Texas local government code, we have 31 days from the day we receive it. It's just going to enforce.
Understood, okay, that's good enough, thanks for letting me know.
Just some main bricks, think about my storage and 509, 709.
Couldn't see the choice. I have a five warehouse, maintenance building. Yeah, no, it's not.
Yes.
Yeah. 500 boxes of shredded material. Well, I mean, guys, we talked about this year's ago, when we used to have our storage set here and here and here and 4 different places. It just wasn't getting taken care of. Now we've got everybody's record storage building down there, and I gotta give a lot of credit to the district clerk, and what she put in. They're on a regular schedule, and we've got things set out. We're going to retain these by the Texas Library Commission standards X, Y, and Z. And when it's time to destroy it, they go. And so we've had a lot of cleanup down there, and it's really starting to look slick. So appreciate it. Good deal. Well, what's happening over in precinct 2 today?
It's a little damp today. We still been hauling a little rock, patching some potholes and cleaning the yard up before it rained. We'd had about 20 years of culverts sitting there and finally got rid of those
He's
things.
getting rid of the world's largest collection of unusable culverts.
Yeah, they've been sitting there a while.
Pretty bad.
I bet.
I'm back to meet you. Yeah. Well,
It's on this.
anyway, it's looking a little better. Still got a ways to go with it, but trying to.
Any idea how many pounds of coal you haul?
See 70, say 7, 14, 20, about 10 tons.
20,000 pounds. Well, you win. I only hauled Lucy hauled off 18,000 pounds of bobcats last year.
And you know, as far as the price, it's not bad, you know, but and 2 bobtails. I had 4 trailer trucks and 2 bobtails.
It's good to get things cleaned up.
Yeah, they got ways to go. It's getting better.
Good, good. Commissioner Hawkins, what's going on, precinct 1?
Well, we met our new Tito representative.
Oh,
They shuffled the deck chairs on the Titanic again, and we have a new representative, Adrian Lopez. And she is very, very proactive and is very thorough and education with the whole system. We went through our culvert audit. If you were there for 1 or 2 of those meetings, but it's been dragging on since.
4 years now, 3 years.
Well, it's been going on for a while. They did the first audit back in April, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I started thinking the time the project actually started.
Oh, yeah, that's been going on for a minute.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they separated the culverts from the roads, which didn't make any sense. We talked about that. Long story short, we went through the last of the audit and filed scope modification and added some money to that. And that's still open. We have about $180,000 that's coming to us from that disaster.
Okay, that's one.
And we're still working on some open work projects.
I think what you've learned, about the way these projects work, and how to redirect is going to be invaluable to us in the future.
There's no reason to leave money on the table and looking at it. Just the way it was handled, I think we've left a good bit of money on the table in the past. We just don't need to do that.
No, exactly right. Mark, what's happening in precinct before?
Oh, spread it out. And the person who developed this land that coveted, they just run that $41,000 house around it. Get that fixed up before it gets up to you.
Okay.
That's the project. What's going on?
Well, we got a little solar panel kicked off.
So I heard.
Yeah. So other than dealing with that every day, yeah. The guys are shredding, trying to get the road gets cleaned up using Mr. Crumpler's tractor. We got it going last week. So,
Did you
Yes,
find out the problem?
Yep. My repair was 2 years on mine. And anyway, shredding, trying to get the roads bladed out in front of it. Shredders through grass all over the road. So we're trying to run a motor grader out in front of the shredders. So we don't have to deal with that grass and everything. So
There you go.
hopefully that'll wrap up probably in the middle of next week. And we'll have that done.
Good, good deal. What happened to the ESD number 1 this morning?
We got a little bit of rain, a little bit of rain.
Yeah, we
We
good.
got the rain, you take, come in and mow the bar ditches.
Yeah.
So as soon as the wind started blowing, here we go again.
I remind you.
Hopefully, we got some rain coming in behind all of this.
Well, if you look at 10 day, it was like a chance of rain every 9 to 10 days, so hopefully we're gonna see some more. Yeah, part of it, they got something, so we'll get a new address on it. All right, for this chair, we've got a little bit going on. It started yesterday, so we're going to this week, next week. There has some changes in Texas state election law. There's going to be weekend voting this next weekend. So if you see our guys in election administration, pat on the back. They're going to have a long couple of weeks. They're doing everything they can, but at the same time, everybody works really long hours. From the building standpoint over Covington, getting closer to state wrapping things up. We are in using the big area, the waiting room area, or gathering area, called outside the courtroom for the elections. And that continues to move forward. I had a good had a message with the county attorney yesterday. The heirs of the estate of that property that is behind the behind, well, between Covington Street and Bodart Street. They agreed to our offer, and so that work is being done now. Just a lot of acres, a lot of people trying to, but I feel pretty comfortable before the end of the year with that list out. That'll be good. Annual issue over at AgriLife last Thursday night, and so we're getting electricians back out to work on it. We've got some things coming up around downtown square. You guys remember here earlier this year, the Heritage League replaced the lights from the courthouse square. There was some miscommunication on how the circuitry works in that. We wanted a circuit for the lights and then a second circuit down low for the special event lights. Well, we got wrapped in one. So I've asked an electrician to come out and take a look at that and see what it might take us to get that corrected and sorted out. I'm still writing both the RFPs you gentlemen approved me to write last time, so I'll bring these back at our next regular commissioners point. It's just difficult to get anything accomplished at this point. It seems like it's pretty bad. Otherwise, so far so good this month. Get that out loud. We'll see where it goes. This time, is there anybody here speaking to court today looking for? This is your opportunity to address the court for something that's not on the agenda, or it's on the agenda. As we respect you, please show respect to the court. If you think what you comment about 3 to 5 minutes in duration. Anybody here to speak to the court today? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I'd like to propose speed limit signs down on the end of 1713. Down
Mohan?
Susan, and San Vicente with some Vincent. They're right, it's the one where the dollar store is,
Okay.
the original dollar store, not the Family Dollar. That's at Timberline.
Yeah.
So it's at the very end, so speed, at least like a 20 down Susan, it's a trailer house.
I can get it down to 30, but below 30 is the authority we have. It gets pretty tough to enforce. That being said, it's got to be better than what it is currently.
It's 50,
Yeah,
it's whatever is on 17.
correct.
Yeah, so.
And I have to-
There are people walking. Bus stops, it's very dark down there, there's not a lot of lights,
Mhm.
and there's no street lights. I did notice that they put 3 street lights down where it comes off of the Katy Bridge onto 1713. There are now 3 lights there,
Texas did that? Oh, they did, okay.
so it's actually lit up down there now, but it's just everybody's speeding. It's 50 from Jennifer Cove Road to the end. Nobody does.
7 racetrack down there.
Yeah, it's definitely, and I lived down there 20 years at Cove Road, so I know, travel 30 days, and goes from back, it's getting worse.
And that,
So,
is that all on 1713 or on the side roads?
it's on everywhere, I live down at Jennifer Cove in the Quarter Horse, it's horrible. Yeah, I've seen people hit the tree and just keep going. I'm sorry.
Get a tree and keep going?
Oh, yes, right there, Harbor State sign, yeah, I live actually in Jericho, Mr. Devin here, there, he was really, so I watched it literally hit a tree. I'm gonna just keep going. Yeah, we don't have a lot of lights down there either as well, but that's not what I came for today, I came for today for Susan Drive and Ohan. And
Send the same there or something.
it's Vincent. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, and so this is a lot of traffic down, there, a lot of people speeding, a lot of,
thank you for bringing it to our attention.
absolutely.
You got the right place. What's that?
I don't think it's that.
Sheriff's office, constables, law enforcement, put a speed limit sign up. It's basically first a traffic control device, and we have to make a proposal, have a public hearing, set the public hearing, then post the notice on the road, then go and have the public hearing. And of course, we're limited. We can't drop it below 30 miles an hour, the statutory authority we have. So which I find ridiculous because there's some roads that 30 miles an hour is way too fast, but that's what the law says we can do. So once we have the public hearing and the entire court votes in the affirmative to set those, even though it's only in his precinct, not in others, everybody has to vote for it. Then, once we put the signs up, the biggest challenge is trying to get signs stolen because they get stolen faster than anything. So people steal them and people turn around, citizens don't say anything. I never seen these, I never shown up in their kids' room or in a barn or a man shed or whatever. And nobody's saying a word about it. So
So what if speed bumps instead of, yeah.
I'd love to do that.
That was our thinking. In addition to it being modified.
They're just saying they want to recreate a Dukes of Hazzard scene on your roads. You can just not fix the road.
Like it is, that's small.
That's like Montgomery Lane, 2210. We put up 2 speed limit signs and one of them lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Well, the
that's-
stuff that only last week, so that's what you have in.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's,
Gosh,
it is. I mean, that's people's interesting things. They're not cheap, and they're thieves. They steal as fast as we can put them up.
They're like $50, $60 signs.
Yeah, well, that's just design poles.
someone donated some funds for their treasure.
I need to do some research on the speed bump thing. I'm not certain on the applicable law to that, so I'd like to go back to transportation code, and look for the code, just to see if that's even something we can or can't do.
It's the same process.
There was a question about it a while back, and I remember there's something weird about it, but I'm not well informed enough to speak about it off the top of my head. I don't do research for
In
that.
addition to residential, I'm gonna throw in Timberline.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Timberline is bad too. And then you're just gonna have the Family Dollar Tree open, and it's bad right there. Like, so Timberline comes off and you can see both ways, but there's hills on both sides.
Now, that
So.
whole thing,
it's
I've been
bad.
talking to TxDOT about that, and it's an issue, and they're not gonna pay attention to it until 2 or 3 people get killed.
Mhm.
And what's gonna happen is those trucks are gonna be coming over, getting ready to pull into Dollar General. Somebody's gonna come over the top of that hill. You cannot stop.
Yeah,
Mhm.
The line of sight is too short.
and they don't slow down to 50.
They should have put in a turning lane
Yeah.
off of 1713. But they chose not to fight that.
Well, we used to have state troopers that enforce the law, the governors sent them all south, so.
Yeah, I'm wondering why I don't see them on 22 anymore either.
Because we used to have 9 here, don't you? 3 is a good day, most times 2. Yeah.
Wow. And they're really only saying.
No, governors send them all aboard, they didn't even look at him.
Oh, wow.
And then quite frankly, some of the wreck, our statistics start to show that that's a bad thing for us. Just from the standpoint, how many wrecks are happening, how many people have no compunction about speeding, none whatsoever. Matter of fact, I got out of my driveway this morning on 933, it turns out, jump 1304. There was a vehicle that was half a mile south of me. By the time I got a quarter mile, that guy was that far off my bumper, literally. It's just insane. People are nuts. So
Yeah.
anyway, well, thank you for bringing to our attention. Do appreciate it.
Appreciate you bringing it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody else here for open forum this morning? Going once, going twice, we're moving our agenda at this time. So we're gonna have our consent agenda, which is action on minutes, action on invoices, action on payroll, action on monthly report revenue disbursement, and observing for any elected official training certificates. Gentlemen, you'll see in your packets, there's everybody received an email from the treasurer's office tonight. So you have your approval accounts payable. Further, there's some extra documentation that we couldn't get into the AP system due to a deadline. And it's crucial that we need to get some approval for these invoices so that they're paid by the 31st of this month. Instead of having to wait until our next regular meeting. So you'll see that packet in there. These a little bit outside our normal process, but at the same time, just sending it to you guys so that we can get this stuff taken care of. But it's everything from Ace Hardware, from, so. Those are the consent agenda.
Make a motion approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there any further discussion? Questions? If not, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Yeah.
Opposed? Any abstentions? The motion shall carry. I'm going to start passing around the orders. So all that gets taken care of. I don't believe I have an order for this. So, is it? Okay, yes, for everyone would be good. All right, and of course, the payroll needs a signature, so everybody wants to pay it anyways. All right, moving right along into our report, we'll discuss and approve employee wage status changes for the 24th day of October. We have some new folks coming aboard, Teresa Ford in the auditor's office, welcome to the school. We have Peter Monty, a new hire sergeant with 20 years of experience with the county sheriff's office. Robert Berry, county sheriff's office. We have Tyler Dunlap, a new hire patrol deputy. Wonderful. We have a new hire jailer, which is on Michaela Monday, I believe. And then we have some status changes, George and Purdy, His was corrected for the salary survey. Vernon Busby's attained his advanced peace officer certification. Congratulations, Mr. Busby. Kelsey Smith. Yeah, correct the job title. And then folks that moved on to other paths, or not. This Captain Moore in the auditor's office is out. Ethan Clark. From the sheriff's office is gone, and those are the employee wage status changes for the state.
Make a motion approved.
Motion to second to approve. Any questions? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Any abstentions? Motion should carry unanimously. Takes a moment for bonds. Today we have bonds for Sherry Show, Aaron Torres, Gregory Mason, and Tina Lincoln. Those are the bonds. Today, motion approved. Motion and second to approve the aforementioned bonds. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Any extensions? Motion carries. Number 3, public hearing and traffic control advice, no 3 trucks, Red County Road 2124. Is there anyone here today to speak either for or against proposing to place a no through trucks designation on Hill County Road 2124? So we're open to public hearing. Let the record reflect that we open this public hearing during the regular meeting of Hill County Commissioners Court at approximately 8:52 a.m. The morning of 24th day of October. You here to speak about Hill County Road 2224?
Yeah,
Or against. We're having a public hearing at the moment. We're having a public hearing at the moment. Hill County Road 2224. If anybody is here to or against putting a no through trucks designation on that road. Doesn't seem real controversial at the moment, to be frank with you.
No, I had a lot of-
Yeah, that's it. I'm in favor of being doing on any drugs that Commissioner Crumpton chip seal. Tearing around the machine, the higher rates of speed cars are traveling. Combined with the semis and larger trucks coming down there, just cut through to get to the road a little bit faster. It's just a bigger burden on the county. Agreed. As far as maintaining the roads whenever the trucks start going through just to get faster route.
Yeah, as narrow as it is.
Good there. Well. Give it a minute or two, somebody may show up. Anybody online? Anonymous, that's lovely. Public meeting, they do what they want. That's just unusual. I've never seen anybody actually do that, so they say anonymous. I'm sure they're a fine person.
Can anybody speak?
On the public forum part, on the for or against the no big trucks on Hill County Road 2224. Yeah. You have an opinion on that? We'd love to hear it.
No, I know, I can.
Okay, good. All right, folks, it's been 3 minutes here. So this time, there's no further commentary on a no through truck side, Hill County Road 2224. I will close this public hearing and record reflect. Public hearing was closed at approximately 8:54 a.m. on the 24th day of October 2021. I make the motion to close. Second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, any abstentions, the motion shall carry. That takes us to number 5, which is the action item, discuss their action to install traffic control device, the no through truck sign for Hill County Road 2124.
We had already posted it for a speed limit and we've got one of the signs up. We've been waiting for this to run it through court to put both of them up. So the cement plant has been using it as a cut through road from 933 to 22s and that the road does not need that kind of traffic on it. I make a motion to approve.
Second, motion is second to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Yeah.
All opposed, any abstentions? Motion shall carry. Number 6, the Missouri Report, Hill County CPS Board Treasurer's Report for September 2023. Let me see, I've shuffled the deck on myself again. Well, I don't have it in front of you guys.
Okay.
I'd love them. All right, I take this thing apart and review it, and sometimes I'm gonna get back and whatever. So what we have today is, and current, we have 31,135.51, and a 501(c)(3) account says the state bank, $1,135.86. And their Hill County account total $32,271.32. So their total assets being 32,271.37. And then for expenses, they had some expenses and income, forgive me. They had public donations, $1,465 for the Rainbow Room, another $1,050 for other donations, for total public donations for the month ending September 23 of $2,515. So they had their fall allowance of $500 when they buy clothes for these kids that have been separated. And so their total expense is about $467.63. So that is the Hill County Child Welfare CPS Board's treasury report for September 2023. Second, any further discussion? I just think that we're always going to do for us. I don't think really most citizens or most people don't understand how often their assistance is needed in this county, and I thank all you for that work for their work. All right, so we'll move along then. Number 7, discuss and approve a jury selection plan. You have the floor, ma'am.
Do you have the document?
We do have the document.
Did we vote on that?
Did we?
No.
Hold on. Did I get that, Mrs.?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, in here, if it's unclear, I can roll this back like a report order. I'll call a question, and the question is approving, observing, reporting treasury report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, any abstentions? None, motion carries. Thank you. All right, moving along, and we have in front of us the plan that for procedure for selection of persons for jury service pursuant to Government Code Section 62.011 and Article 35.03 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. So District Judge recommends that we adopt this plan that's set forth.
It wasn't our idea, I promise. Secretary of State, one of the things going through like written disclosure of our jury plan. It essentially just laid out whose responsibility it is, because 99% of clerks that call jury do it electronically. The provision of the code was updated in legislative session to accommodate those electronic offices. For example, what the minute we used to have to give our summons and the list to the sheriff's office to a bailiff, and then they would go and mail it. Right, now electronically, those are dropped to our permit, our mail permit, and that's from China or so. The plan just kind of lays out all of those, all of the logistics of how we actually call her. And of course, the Secretary of State wants us to upload that plan because it speaks to how we constitute our jury pool. It's a combination of folks that are registered to vote and folks that have driver's license address in our county. And that's constitutes our pool. It's actually one of the questionnaire requirements for the Secretary of State to upload that. And I've completed the questionnaire. They know many counties haven't formally adopted the plan. And of course, I spoke to our local SMS rep, or our regional rep, and she's like, yeah, don't worry, upload it later. So it's basically in writing what we do, our processes as they stand now.
Okay, any questions from district clerk regarding the jury plan? Jury selection, I should say.
Make motion approved.
Second. Motion is second to consider the jury approve the jury selection plan as presented to this board. And again, the district clerk is exactly right. It's just a recitation of how we currently do things and how we go about selecting jurors. So I appreciate you getting this together. I know it was one more unfunded mandate from the state. Thank you very much. All right. Is there any further discussion regarding the jury selection plan? All question, all in favor, say aye. All opposed, any abstentions, motion carries. Number. Yes, I like to see. I'm not putting it today. My handwriting is atrocious as it is.
Thank y'all.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Number 8, discuss and or approve contract with Xerox for a copy of the Open Elections Administration, doing something to talk about at the budget time. Since we've now moved elections to its permanent home at Covington Street, there's a need for a copier down there. And this is a proposed contract from Xerox. It's a lease term of 48 months. You're looking at minimum monthly payments where the monthly base payment is $157.95. And that talks in there about what it gives you when I'm black and white impression versus color impressions. So there's nothing here that causes me great concern. That being said, I would move that we approve the contract. We have that motion in a second. Any further discussion on copier contracts? Ready to stop.
Are they the
Riveting.
tax
My understanding is yes, they are. But I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't list that. Oh, here it is, right here on the 3rd page. Yeah, fax, forwarded fax number routed to email address.
Okay, so maybe if they make a little bit of money. Cancel the actual tax.
Yeah, that's gonna get rid of that line. And I think that's actually one of the last pots ones over there. All right, any further questions? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, any abstentions, motion shall carry. Number 9, discuss and approve communication system grant from Hill County and Hill Regional Hospital. Chris, you're the one who writes these things.
Same as every other one that we've done.
Same
They're
song,
coming in the radio.
same song, different verse. Okay, so they're going to wind up participating in our radio system as well.
Yes, yeah, they're gonna go on the radio, they traditionally have always had one, but when they had their own system on UHF, so when they got rid of that. They had to listen to the city and the county when they have stuff that we need now, they're shutting it all, the new system as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Motion approved.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Hawkins, a second by Commissioner Lake to approve a communication system agreement between Hill County and Hill Regional Hospital. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I call the question. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Anybody that don't want to vote on it? Hearing none of the above. Motion passes unanimously. Ma'am. Number 10, discuss and approve final plat, Grandview Heights subdivision. Grandview Heights is on through development, that's preliminary plat. And has been recommended by the development team for final approval. So this would be a 5-lot subdivision that will be up off of Hill County Road 4415. 4415. So it's our recommendation that you approve. Make a motion. Is there a second? Motion is second to approve a final plat for Grandview Heights. Is there another discussion? And if you want to ask anybody questions, I'll go back there. Which on spot? Good. All right, good. In which case, then, if we know further questions, further discussion, all questions, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Any extensions? Carries unanimously. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna pass this around now because you guys tend to get out of here very quickly at the meetings. That brings us on to number 11, discuss and approve a replat for Fruitland Acres. And this is pretty straightforward. Again, subdivision, this is the previously we had platted, approved a plat for Fruitland Acres. It's a total of 3 lots. They're just changing the dimensions on the lots and the plat. Again, it's gone to the development committee, been reviewed, and this time it's recommended this was approved of replat for Fruitland Acres.
Make a motion approved.
A motion and a second to approve. Is there any further discussion regarding the replat of Fruitland Acres? None. All right. This was all this is all kind of your piece. All right, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Anybody just can't make their mind up about how they feel about this. All right, in which case we should pass. That moves along. Further discussion approve any maintenance director purchase a new cell phone. I gotta get a new Lou without a phone is not a thing. We don't do that here, okay? So I'm gonna make a motion to buy Lou a new phone. Second. Thank you very much. I don't know who we're buying it with. I don't know any of that yet. I just know we need a new phone. Because when this phone don't work, I have to answer the phone one night and that ain't, so, all right, any further discussion on getting the maintenance supervisor a new phone? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any abstentions? Anybody against it? Anybody support it? Motion carries. Number 13 is discussion of approved resolution financing government capital for multiple vehicles. This is for the financing, final documentation, resolution, and the necessary order for financing the constables trucks, precinct 2 and precinct 3. So I just need you guys' approval to move forward with this and get that taken care of. Motion approved. Motion and a second to approve. Any other questions about this discussion? General comments. I'm waiting on the paperwork, veteran service officer. I'm waiting to see that paperwork back, but I will follow up on that as soon. Well, I guess I'm missing 2 today, so I'll follow up. All right, in which case I'll call the question. All fair say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, any extension, motion carries. You waited patiently, man. We usually have our commentary at front, but since you're here, what can you do? What can you do today?
Oh. I didn't put on the spot, but.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought you did this before.
No, I'm actually here because, so I'm a real estate agent and my sellers. We were on the books last week and we didn't get approved for a replat, which is really a revision. The replat had already been approved.
Which
About-
is this one?
This is 1426 HCR 4235. Junior Hernandez.
Yeah, there was a note on that. I think it was a building committee last week. And it was not, there was something. Oh, did have time.
They came up here and she told them not to fill out the application was the issue. So when it went through last week,
Well,
they didn't have the application.
no, you have, by the rules, we don't interpret rules for people, so online, the rules say you gotta fill out the application for any kind of replatting, plat, anything like that. Everything has to have an application, but they misunderstood it, I get that happens.
Okay.
But this was not ready for prime time, because we didn't have everything we needed, and I'm sorry, I don't have the notes to speak about this intelligently in front of you. If you'd like to meet afterwards, and I can sit down and talk with you about it, and I'll let you know where it came out of the plat. Yeah, this is the one that needs to be called a replat. It's saying it's a minor, but it's not a minor because it's a change. Yeah, let's talk about this one, because there's an issue with the way this is laid out and what needs to happen to it.
And is that a surveyor? Does the surveyor need to make a correction or who makes a correction for that? So that we can get it resolved?
Well, typically whoever did the plat would be the party that would make the corrections to the
Okay.
plat. So I would guess it'd be the surveyor that's who did this in this matter. So, okay. Hang tight, catch you with our next afterwards, all right? Good deal. All right, so just for everybody's information, you know, so we try to work with everybody at the end of the day. But we have to have documentation. Our stated time for closing our agenda is Thursday at 5 p.m. Close of business on Thursday. We have to have everything to go. We waited last week until 2:30 on Friday to close this thing, just trying to get stuff in, and finally we had to get it out to the newspaper. So if we don't have all of our documentation, getting it on the agenda is just not. We've sympathized with people that don't do this on a regular basis. We try to communicate effectively. Sometimes we don't do a good job and we apologize for that. Sometimes other people don't understand this too. So there's not much I can do about that. That being said, hang tight, catch with me after this and we'll walk through it, see what needs to be done. All right, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Just want to make sure you get a chance to speak. Anything else we need to consider before moving along? Thought you were raising your hand over there.
The permit expired.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. So, I'm gonna discuss that real quick. I'm sure some people are here. The burn ban expired last night at midnight. It was the 23rd day of October. We put it on the 25th day of July and 90 days from there was the 23rd day of October. That being said, we got what 6/10 in some places, 2/10 in other, in some places, nothing in the county. Last week, when having this discussion on Thursday regarding if we were going to put the burn ban extended, our KBDI, Keach Fire Drought Index, we've got that there. In order to have a burn ban, there has to be one of two things happening in the county. Either the Texas Forest Service find that substantial drought conditions exist, and they use an index called Keach Fire Drought Index. The second thing is the state and local disaster has to exist in reporting one. There's no local disaster. Say what you want about Commissioner One's roads, they're not a disaster. It doesn't constitute that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, and last reports.
Nothing new.
They're getting better. Come on now.
Anyway, so the other deal is, go back to the Keith Fire and Drought Index. Well, our drought index number has to be above 565. Well, unfortunately, last Thursday is 325. So I guess you could say we could put one on, but it's not going to be legally enforceable because we're not going to do that. So where we're at right now, they banned fire last midnight. We ask every citizen in Bill County, use some common sense when you burn. It's a crowded county nowadays. It's not like it used to be. And there's plenty of dry material on the ground. There's plenty of dry material under all that beautiful green grass. So if you're going to burn, please consider the wind conditions, consider the conditions of the ground you're going to burn. Please call it in. Please let us know. Call the non-emergency number. I worry about the conditions, and I know I've had my rear chewed a good bit lately because everybody else around us, they don't even burn ban. Well, your neighbor jumps off a bridge, you do it too. My take is the conditions outside, even though we're not in persistent drought conditions, still lead me to have grave concerns about burning. It's no secret about burning here. I mean, I ranch here. We've got several different places. I've got some piles I need to burn. They're not going to get burned this time. They're just not going to do it because it's not safe. So ESD one had a commentary on this.
Yes, in going along with the lines that you said and everything else. If you're going to burn. Call the local fire department, and they will be happy to come out and oversee the burn. And you have the water there, if you fire out, if anything happens, if it gets out of control. Our problem being is we go light a fire. We see something else we need to do, we ignore this fire for a while, and it gets out of hand. At that point in time, we don't know what it's going to do. The wind coming up and everything else in 2 days, all this clear will be dried out above the ground.
Yes, and I know we have rain every day in the forecast, almost every day in the forecast. That doesn't mean we're going to get rain. Other thing that people know is that just because we don't have a burn ban doesn't mean there aren't regulations to burning. The TCEQ, Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, promulgates certain regulations about what you can and can't do. I think the biggest violation I see is people burning at night. You can't do that. That's a no-no. And why is it a no-no? Because the law says so. I guess it's hard to see fires burning at night. I don't know. But that being said, that's not allowed either. Let's be clear about that. There's certain things you're not allowed to burn. So we can't call it a brush pile. If it's got tires in it, that's illegal. Just let everybody know. Please exercise caution. The weather is still not ideal, but it's not bad enough whereby I believe that we can legally reinstate a burn ban. I just know that if you don't use caution, there's going to be bad outcomes. And if you catch your neighbor's place in fire, you can be held liable for that civilly and sometimes criminally, depending on the facts. So I ask you to all exercise caution, but the burn ban did expire last night at midnight.
Okay, it did expire last night.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you said earlier tonight.
Oh, yeah, I got the dates mixed up. I thought the days was.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, last night,
last night.
Monday night.
Monday night. All right, anything else for this report? Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to see if Martinez rolling supply was considered.
No, ma'am, not today, because they didn't have the variance file, they didn't have the variance fee filed by 2:30 on Friday when we finalized the agenda. We were waiting for it, and it never showed up, so we just had to go ahead and move forward. We'd have to talk with you about that after court, just talking about another subdivision and what our options are moving forward and how we might go to, okay? Good. Just hang tight, we'll be a couple people, it'll take a few minutes, we'll get to everybody. All right, anything further? If not,
I make a motion during.
motion second, we stand.